Hearing that, man. That gabagool is fire. Nobody has ever sung gabagool that way in the history of the world.
Only at the U, baby. Only at the U. I mean, we got breaking.
How do you feel about that? Like, honestly, that's got to be something to be very proud of. That got to go like on the trophy shelf.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was, seeing these Grammy nominations come out, and I was just shocked that I didn't see NYY Underground there.
I am a little upset. It's you know what it is.
I think we got robbed. Honestly,
that I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I'm happy you did because we were certainly robbed of a Grammy. Just that sound clip alone is unbelievable. Uncle Dom singing, Mach dropping lyrics all the time with his, the hip hop lines, which I'm assuming we're probably going to have today. But ladies and gentlemen, man, the offseason is here, folks. The offseason is indeed here. It's funny because a lot of people are like, Pete, we got a lot of new subscribers this year, as you guys know. And a lot of people kind of ended, game 7, game 6 that we were calling of the World Series. Like, yeah, but man, I'm going to miss this. Cause what do you guys do in the off season? I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? We're live every day, baby. We don't stop. We here, damn it.
This is what we do. Whatever. Listen, man, there's stuff. As long as there's stuff to cover, man, we're here. We're not hiding. I mean, look, here we are, Friday, bright and early. Actually,
hey.
Not bright and early. It's the afternoon now.
It's the afternoon. This might be a little bit new all right stuff happening going forward. All right, just to let everybody know. But I do want to share a little message here. You guys know this is this channel right here. We love the man above. We love the man above. And I do want to share my mug today because I got this for. Whoa! I was just gonna give the name away.
Yeah.
I got this for little Manetti, and I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the name, bro. Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
Look at that.
Beautiful line from Esther. Little Esther action this afternoon. I like it. But this is why I got that cup. I saw that. And at the bottom of it, interesting enough, folks, it says courage, something our manager said he doesn't have.
Said he needed some more of it. Yeah, believe it or not, he said he needed some more of it.
I think I should send him this cup.
I think he needs a couple of cups, actually.
I might send Aaron Booney.
Upside
I got a cup coming your way, brother. I got a cup coming your way, brother. Just for you, Booney. It's going to say courage, baby. Oh, our good friend Ambriotis Acevedo says, Hope Cashman already has a contract on the table, probably for himself for additional few years. But
I mean, he's at the point where he doesn't even need contracts anymore.
That's right. He don't really work on contracts anymore. It doesn't really matter for him. But guys, let's get right into the news today. And the big news is Munetaka Murakami is officially posted. And I'm giving you guys this example right here because this is the guy that you'll be getting. I mean, the pop on Murakami is a grade scale level 80. There is no denying that. The man's pop and power is bananas. He's just that type of player. Now, of course, everybody already knows the negatives. And I think the funniest thing is, Francis, is that when Passan put this out, no disrespect to Passan, he's putting down the position he plays. He's like third baseman, Munetaka Murakami. And I think just about everybody who's followed Murakami and knows a little about him was like, he's definitely not a third baseman, or at least should not be a third baseman at all, be nowhere near third base.
It feels similar to like when they labeled Giancarlo as an outfielder.
Yes, exactly. And let me just ask you that question right now. I mean, look, Murakami's out there.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts? Like, you hear the name. He's been connected to the Yankees going back, 3, 4, 5 years now, it feels like.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
It's exciting. I think just not even as a Yankees fan, I think just more as a baseball fan when you finally get this culmination, I think, for a player like Murakami. I mean, we've been talking about this name for how many years now, right?
Years,
I mean,
four or 5 years almost.
I mean, you're talking five plus years.
I think I actually talked about him when the channel was the Simonetti source.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. This goes back, I mean, maybe 2018. I mean, this was a very, very early on. I mean, you were mentioning this name. A lot of people didn't know who the hell this guy was.
Yep.
Me being one of them. I learned about him, through you. You brought him up, and I started looking into him. So now to fast forward to where we are now, 2025, he's posted immediately. Like, they're like, hey, man, let's get this show on the road.
Facts quick. 45 days from now, by the way, folks, they can make a deal with him, a team.
Literally. So it's exciting. It really is. I think I'm excited for him. I'm excited for baseball. I mean, another huge Japanese talent coming over, crossing the pond. And let's see. Now, as a Yankees fan, I have trepidation there. Because one, like we just stated, I don't believe he's a third baseman.
Yeah, definitely not.
I would honestly probably hate if the Yankees were playing him at third base at any point throughout the season next year, just because I don't know that defense would hold up even a little bit there. I mean, if he was to show up on the Yankees, a month and a half from now, right? You got to say, just looking at the depth chart, you got McMahon, you got Caballero, who can play there also.
Yep.
You got Jazz, who has also played there. I mean, he may be the fourth best third baseman on the team at the
definitely.
Like,
definitely.
that's kind of, you know what I mean? So I don't know about that.
So he's so bad, you could probably put Volpe at third base, and Volpe would be much better.
Yeah, I mean,
legitimately, that's how bad he really is.
I don't think that's crazy to say either. So, I mean, essentially, you're talking about a guy who, at the position that he's labeled at on the Yankees, would be like the 6th or 7th best option there, which is nuts. And that's because Ahmed Rosario's not here. Like, if they re-sign Ahmed, then he falls even lower on that chart in terms of glove. Now, when it comes to the bat, completely different conversation. Different conversation. It's explosive. The pop is there. You just showed a wonderful video. I mean, this is what he does. This is what he does. I don't think anyone can take that from him. And I'm excited to see him do it over here in the MLB, which I think he will. I don't know the fit, right? If I'm thinking about him as a Yankee, I don't know the fit if I'm thinking about him as a Yankee. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, man, I feel you. A couple of quick things when it comes to Murakami. I've continued to dive into a lot of research on Munetaka Murakami. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea about my feelings on him. I think a lot of people kind of feel like now at the point I've kind of moved on from him. That's not the case. I would not be mad if the Yankees somehow got Murakami. It wouldn't be a player where I'm looking at this going, guys, this is the worst move ever. Why would we ever do this? No, because there is tremendous upside there. And as Ambriotti says, he did play first base at the WBC, but he's also not a good first baseman at all. And we got to remember one thing. The Yankees have typically always won chips with a good first baseman. It's kind of like our lore. We've always had a good defensive first baseman. I'm not saying that they can't win without a good defensive first baseman. I'm not saying that that's always possible. But if you were to sit there and say, who is the first baseman of the Yankees now, even if they got Murakami, if they didn't trade Ben Rice, I'm still sitting there going, it's got to be Ben. I mean, Ben Rice at the end of the day is a very athletic guy. He's flexible. You can see him stretch out for a few balls every now and then this year. You could see the athleticism at first base where he can become above average first baseman. I believe that about Ben Rice. Murakami, on the other hand, he's been doing this a lot longer than Ben. I don't see him ever being a good first baseman. I don't see that defensively. So what you would go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, and even if you look away from the Yankees championship teams, look at the most recent championship teams.
Yeah, bingo.
And look at what they put out in the infield. It wasn't that sort of defensive liability.
You got Frederick Freeman over there.
Frederick
Freeman. I'm sorry, I can't get Buzz from Home Alone out of my head. Nah. So it's like I got to call him a different name than just Freddie Freeman. So I go full Frederick on him. Now look, and I see it was Joel Hernandez in the chat just now says Murakami DH. Hell, that would be amazing. He'd be one of my top targets if Stanton wasn't here. If Stanton wasn't here, exactly. Shit, I'd be sitting there right now going, hell, man, look, you follow the same mold of 2024, which, by the way, the Yankees are very stupid, and they got off of the mold of a strong lefty followed by Aaron Judge. They did it with Soto. They went to the World Series. I'm not saying any of these guys are Juan Soto, but you get a guy like Murakami, and he's 2, Judge is 3. Yankees probably wouldn't go about it that way because things that have worked, they like to change for whatever reason. We'll get to a good quote by Alex Rodriguez later that Francis sent me, and I want to play it for you guys. But interesting thing here about Murakami. So a lot of people have pointed to Murakami's contact percentage in the zone of pitches. Kind of an Anthony Volpe problem, right? That he gets pitches in the zone and he doesn't make solid contact a lot of times. As you seen that home run that I showed, that pitch is way down in the zone, out of the zone, and somehow he manages to drive it out to left center field. That's the type of pop he has.
He's a great bad ball hitter.
Yes, and interesting enough, Francis, do you know who was also the same type of player in Japan when it came to not hitting good pitches and poor contact with pitches in the zone?
I'm oddly shocked that I know this stat, not because you mentioned the name earlier, but because I remember not Joel Sherman, what's the other? Morosi said this when he was posted in 2017. Ohtani.
Yep. Shohei Ohtani. That is correct. Shohei Ohtani also struggled with similar things that Murakami struggled with in Japan. And again, before anybody all come up, we now know who Ohtani is. Yeah. We knew a bit in Japan, of course, that this guy could be good. Nobody ever expected that arguably one of the greatest ball players of all time was going to come here and be that good for the Angels when he got here. Nobody expected immediately off the bat you got a constant MVP candidate every single year. So there are similarities there on the bat side of what Murakami struggled with to what also Shohei Ohtani struggled with. Does that mean that Shohei is going to come here and be unbelievable? I mean, Murakami's going to come here and be this MVP caliber player? Not necessarily, but he wouldn't be a guy that shocked me if he came here and popped 40 bombs in his first year and maybe hit 240, 245 and had a high on base percentage, struck out a bit. That's going to help any team. Now, the fit for the Yankees is, I think, the problem that people have. It's not about where the talent could be. It's the fit. It's the poor defense. The Yankees, if they're going to get poor defensively anywhere, how about shortstop? and go get one of the best players on the market in Bo Bichette. That's it. And again, that's not the level of defense of Murakami. Like, it's not that bad. Nowhere near that bad.
Exactly. When you're having that conversation, that's the thing. It's how poor is that defense that you're gonna have to, withstand. And I think that's the conversation here. I think that's why when I look at it with the Yankees, I'm like, I don't know that the fit is, really a fit. He seems like I don't know, he seems like a square piece that you try to fit in the circle if you're talking about the Yankees. Now, when I look at different teams, I look at Murakami like this pretty much, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I see him now is a cheaper Pete Alonso. He's going to hit home runs. That is going to be his game. I don't think you're bringing him over because you want him to hit for a high average. I don't think you're bringing him over because you want him to steal bases. I don't think you're bringing him over because you're expecting Gold Glove defense at one of the corner positions. You're bringing him over because you can insert him in either the 3, 4, 5 spot in your lineup and expect chaos with runners on base.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I look at him like Pete Alonso. Why do I say a cheaper Pete Alonso? Because Pete Alonso is proven. Murakami's not proven in MLB, so he's not going to get Pete Alonso money, right? And it's interesting that I use that name for a myriad of reasons, but one of the most interesting reasons is because Pete Alonso is leaving a team with a hole at first base, a team that has shown a penchant for signing Japanese players and might actually, take their gaze off of Alonso for Murakami simply because he's going to cost less and probably bring the same thing to the lineup.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely right. And I gotta ask you this question. What do you think Pete Alonso's market is looking like money wise?
Well,
he gets over 200 million, right? You would assume.
I mean, let's I honestly I haven't done this, so let's look. How old is he? I'm gonna pull up his age.
He's in his 30s, isn't he now? Early 30s? 29?
I want to say yes. So not
Petey
that.
Alonso is 30 years old. December 7th, he'll be 30. So he'll be 31, playing 31 years old next year. Yes.
Okay. He'll be 31. Okay, let's see what. Oh no, sorry. No. Let's do that here.
Because the only reason I bring it up is I would push back a little on that and says that I actually think Munetaka Murakami may get more money than Alonso.
Really?
Oh, definitely. He's 25. 25 years
25,
old.
okay.
He can sign. Remember, the posting system now is different where he's a free agent basically in that regard. Every team can bid for him. So he can get a $200+ million deal easy. And I mean, that could extend to 6, 7, 8 years, depending on what team he goes to. And you got teams out there like Seattle that could probably use him, that might spend a lot. The Dodgers could use him potentially. And everybody, has already kind of said he's a Dodger. So I don't know. I mean, the mystique of Murakami alone may just get him paid and the age.
Yeah. Look, it's very possible. I feel like, oh my God, I've dropped my phone I just got this phone. I've dropped it 3 times.
That's just a test. He's just testing it. That's it.
Oh, dude,
he's testing how well it handles a beatdown. That's all.
It's crazy because it keeps slipping out of my hand. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Well, as Yankee fans, every now and then we throw phones and stuff like that. So you
good thing I got the case on it. So I'll say this: the way I look at Alonso, and we did this.
I do like the comp, by the way. The comp does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, player wise. Now contract wise, it'll be a little bit different. But you're right. It could be different because Murakami's much younger, and I mean it's going to be essentially a full free agent contract. The only thing I wonder is just depending on the market, right? Who's going there, right? So I think because this could work against Murakami in a sense, but it also depends exactly what he's looking for now. He's 25. Is he looking to sign as long-term as a Yamamoto? I don't know if he's going to get that long of a deal, right? I think he's going to need those years to get up over certain points in terms of total dollars, right? When I look at Alonso, for instance, right? He said he's 30. So, he's going to be 31.
31. He'll be 31 for this contract.
He's signing for his age 31 season. To me, the perfect comp right now and what his agent is going to be looking for. He's a Boris guy, right?
He is.
All right. So, to me, it's very clear cut. Boris is going to be looking for Freddie Freeman, but plus, right? Now, is Alonso better than Freddie Freeman was at the time of free agency? You can argue that no. But I will argue with you that Boris doesn't give a damn. Okay, Boris doesn't give two shits.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, well, look at what he's done. 50 home runs here. He signed a prove it deal last year with the Mets, proved it, and now we're back on the market. This guy's one of the premier home run hitters in the league, and he's gotten better defensively at first base, and he's shown that he can be a leader, and he's shown he can be the life of a team. He's shown all these things. He's a positive guy. You've never heard negative things about him. You've never had a question about his motor, him playing, him going out there, not very much injury concern with him. Like, he's going to be spitting all these facts or whatever. So he's going to say, Freddie got 6 for 162. We want, I don't know, we want 7, maybe at the same AAV, pretty much, which is gonna put Alonso at what, 27. So let's say he wants 28 over 7, right? That'll put him at 196, just under 200 million, right? So essentially, to get him at 200, right? Because if that's a benchmark, right? Just so he can beat the Freddie deal with a certain thing. Say he gets 200 flat over 7 years, his AAV will be 28.5. I could see that.
Right.
I could see
that. Yeah,
that.
definitely. I could see that too. I could see that too.
Here's what I don't see. I don't see the Mets being the ones paying it.
I can see that too. Yeah, I don't think the Mets are going to go that high.
28.
Interesting enough, I would say this right now, and I'll say this live, no problem.
Oh, he's gonna do it live.
I'll do it live. I mean, we are live. I don't know why I had to say, hey, I'm gonna do this live, because we are live. But if Murakami's defense at first base was Pete Alonso, I'd be the biggest cheerleader to sign Murakami.
Hell yeah.
If I knew for a fact he could be Pete Alonso at first base defensively, I'd be telling people, look, I'm sorry. Look, I know Ben Rice is great. You can find a spot for Ben. You can figure some things out. Murakami should be here then if that's the case.
Can I say
just because you got to pay, like, we got to stop this idea. And A-Rod brought this up. I'll get to that momentarily.
Yes.
Aaron Judge is 34 years old, man. You can't keep messing around with this. You can't keep saying, well, maybe this will work. Maybe. You got to take certain risk at this point, because that window, that gap is closing. And if you can get a guy like Murakami, reminder, folks, bat him second, let Aaron Judge protect him, and let this monster get accustomed to major league pitching by getting a lot more pitches in the zone. That, yeah, okay, he struggled with that. Let him start hitting those fly balls at Yankee Stadium, and you start piling up home runs and going, damn, all right, maybe Murakami's a real fit here. If there was defense like that and it really looked that way, that he could defend similar to a Pete Alonso, I'd be his biggest cheerleader. You guys would get tired of how many times you'd hear me say, it'll be like Soto. I wouldn't stop talking about the guy.
Listen, also should be noted, if it wasn't the Yankees, right? If we were a team that actually developed defensively, right? This would be something that we wouldn't bat an eye at. We'd be sitting here saying, look, yeah, his defense he's a little bit rough around the edges. It's not good. We're not going to lie to ourselves here. He's not going to be a Gold Glove caliber guy coming in, but we believe in this team to make him a better defender. We've seen them do it with this guy. We've seen them do it with that guy. Like, he's going to come here. He's going to get better. They're going to put him through the ringer. And you know what? 2-3 years from now, we're probably not going to even realize his defense. That's how good he's going to improve when he gets here. Fact of the matter is, we know the team we're talking about. And
correct.
I think that's why we speak that way, that it's like, we know that if this is what we're getting defensively, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Like that. Yep. That's probably as good as he's going to be here, because we just don't develop defensively. I'm sorry.
That's right. No, you're 100% correct. Yeah, man. I mean, that's where it is right now. There's going to be a shit ton of time to talk about Murakami. I do want to touch on a little news from yesterday before we get into voicemails. Thank you guys for leaving so many, by the way. We'll get to as many of those as we can. I want to touch on something yesterday when it comes to the Trent Grisham qualifying offer. I had so many people reach out to me and say, Pete, why do you like this move so much, right? Why do you like this move that the Yankees did this? And I'm sitting there going, where did you get this idea that I like this move? And people responded to me and they sent me my tweet. They said, you talked about Grisham having a career year. Why wouldn't the Yankees do this? Well, because I know Brian Cashman.
You expected the move.
Yes. So here's the tweet right here, folks. Grisham had a career year. Why are people surprised the Yankees extended the qualifying offer? And I want to bring this up because it's something I've talked about a lot here over the last couple of weeks. And I've said this a lot about Brian Cashman.
Mhm.
Brian Cashman loves to taunt and flaunt his ego. He loves to be able to say, yes, the moves I made have worked out. He was a throw-in for Juan Soto. If you ever asked Brian Cash, he said, yeah, I knew the potential was there and this and that and blah, blah, blah. He would hype it up like, you know what? Trent Grisham was a huge part of us making that move. When everybody in reality knows at the time, no, it wasn't. You got a guy that was you guys barely played the man last year in 2024 and Trent Grisham. He barely seen in that bat. He barely seen the field.
Didn't
And then
give him a
this
shot in the
year,
playoffs.
he got hot.
Even with Verdugo struggling, they didn't give him a shot.
They didn't even give him a shot. They didn't even give him a chance. He took off. We all know the type of year he had. That is what I meant. I am not a supporter of this move. I am being realistic on why is anybody who knows the Yankees at this point, knows Brian Cashman, surprised that the Yankees did this, because people coming to me, Pete, can you imagine if he accepts it? I'm saying they'd be okay with it. Have you not recognized this team at this point?
They're hoping
the Yankees would be very okay with giving him $22 million or whatever it is for 1 year. They would sit there and go, this is a great deal for us.
They're hoping he accepts it. Honestly,
I agree.
Because if he accepts it, they're paying $22 million for him, but then they can use that to not have to spend 30 plus on another guy. I'm not speaking about Bellinger in that regard. I'm speaking about other things. They'll be like, yeah, we got him, and then we got Bellinger and whatever, and they'll start adding up that money and say, look at the money we spent. When in reality, they come out saving in their mind. Now,
yeah,
people also, kind of drive me crazy with that stuff too, because it's not like everything we do is not live and archived right here on NYY Underground.
Yeah.
Like everything's here. We did an episode. It might have been the first DS episode after the Yankees were eliminated, and we spoke about what guys who are going to be free agents and pending free agents and qualifying offer candidates and all that. And we spoke about, okay, who would we bring back, who would we whatever. And me and you vehemently responded, they can all walk, literally.
Every one of them.
It's
every
right
one
there.
of them.
It's right there. I remember it verbatim because it was one of the funniest moments of the episode. He's like, okay, so he's like, yeah, let them all walk, all of them. So
every one of them.
You're on record saying if it was Pete Simonetti, right? If it was Pete Dombrowski, no, he wouldn't have gotten a qualifying offer.
No,
he would have gotten walking papers. But you're saying it doesn't shock you in the least
not at all.
They did it because this is who they've shown themselves to be. I was pissed yesterday. I mean, the moment that news hit my timeline, I mean, it probably hit my timeline earlier than I saw it, but when I got out of work and I saw it, I was peeved, bro. I was like, I can't believe they freaking did this, bro. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is asinine to me. You're handing an offer of $22+ million to a guy who realistically at some point throughout is going to be a fourth outfielder, maybe, if you have your way. If you have your way, that's what he'll be.
Yep. That's right.
$22 million?
Bingo.
$22 million? Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, and some people are probably going to be like, nah, Francis, you're crazy. Bro, if I was going to offer $22 million to one of the guys, I much rather would have given it to Devin Williams. I'm going to be real with you. That's how much I feel like that is such a waste of money on Trent Grisham. Yeah. Why? Because I'm not looking at 2025 as, hey, this is who Trent is, man. This is who. Listen, Trent Bonds, one of the most fun things of the year. I mean, those games, how many of them, bro? How many times? How many games?
Tons of, in the regular season, bro, late in games, the man hit bombs to give us the lead multiple times. Right? There's no doubt about it. No doubt. His defense wasn't as.
And this is where I'm going.
I figured you were probably going there.
The defense, he knows me. The defense took a step back. The defense took a decline. I don't know what the reasoning is for it. I've looked at videos. I've been spending a lot of time since yesterday trying to figure. I was like, okay, because we're gonna talk about this. I was like, let me try to figure this shit out. I don't see it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's lack of focus, lack of whatever. Yeah. I don't know what it is. He didn't. I mean, at some points too, he looked slower. I don't know if he was tired or whatever. I mean, he did have a kid this year, and me and you, we're dads. We know that shit'll change you. That shit'll throw your whole schedule off if those things out of whack. I don't know. I'm not blaming the kid. I'm just saying I was fishing, looking for anything to decide to say why. Because I mean, we never heard of an injury, right? There was never anything going on. Now, after I watched all the videos, I was just like, I mean, at this point, the only option left is that he was dealing with something throughout the year that they just never told us about. Why is that even a realistic possibility? Because it's the Yankees,
Yep.
because it's the New York Yankees, and they do this all the time. Am I putting that in the ether that this is? Listen, I don't know shit. I'm not saying I know about it. I'm just saying there's no other reason to explain why the defense wasn't as crisp as it was in 2024. But that is something I'm looking at. What's the other thing I'm looking at? And the biggest thing, the most important thing, I don't see him repeating 2025 offensively in 2026.
Agreed. That's the biggest concern. Well, that's the biggest concern about two of their biggest outfield free agents, in my opinion.
Well, exactly. And you also made that argument about Belly.
Definitely.
You're saying if
no doubt about it.
I mean, what's the tweet from this morning?
Bleacher Report. I'm going to post it. I want to rip my hair out of my head. I read this and I said, if this ever happens, the Yankees become a circus. Bleacher Report has the Yankees re-signing Bellinger at 7 years. 7 years, 175. Now, again, educated guesses, as they said. These are just guesses. Doesn't mean that this is going to happen. But what world are we living in where Yankee fans would be happy with this? Like I asked the chat. Here's my, what was my response to this? I said, if the Yankees give Bellinger 7 years, they should honestly end all baseball ops and become a circus. I said, I love Bellinger, but if anybody's okay with a 7-year deal for Cody Bellinger, you got to be out your friggin' mind crazy. Crazy. 7 years is bananas. And if the Yankees decide on doing this because, we want to, pay less AAV, so we extend it out, bro, honestly, man, you guys just give this shit up, man. Give it up. Again, don't be the Yankees no more. Give up this idea that you got 27 chips. I'll be nice and say you guys have one. I'll give you one, and that's it. And other than that, don't compare the old organization to what the clown show you guys have become now. Because that's what it would be, in my opinion.
He's the same age. He's the same age as Pete Alonso. So you're signing Bellinger to go into his age 31 season, right? Here's what I want to say about Cody Bellinger, right? I appreciate what Cody Bellinger did for the New York Yankees in 2025. I know that you do too.
100%.
We are not unaware of the value of Cody Bellinger.
We like him. Is that fair to say? We both like the player?
Yes. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Me too.
Look,
I like Bellinger.
If somebody gifted me a Cody Bellinger jersey for Christmas, I'd smile. I'd be happy. This Christmas, I don't know because we don't know if he's going to be here or not.
I was about to say, nobody send Francis a Cody Bellinger jersey, all right?
Please don't do that because we don't know yet.
Maybe give him the number, just the no name.
Ben Rice.
Fine.
Ben Rice is cool.
Right, there you go.
What's it called? But here's the thing with Cody, right? I'm not going to downplay what he brings. I mean, the dude is versatile defensively. He can play center. He can play left. He obviously can play right. He can play first base. I mean, that kind of versatility is something that the Yankees, their mouth literally waters when they look at it. Why? Because when you look at teams like the Dodgers, when you look at the Toronto Blue Jays, when you look at all these teams that were contenders this year and years previous, they have a couple of guys in the lineup, and I don't mean one or two. I'm talking 3, 4, 5 even, who can play multiple positions and give them flexibility, give them depth in the lineup. They can give different looks depending on who's going for the opposing team on any given day of the week. And the Yankees are trying to get like that. They're trying to get more flexible, more pliable, right? Something that A-Rod spoke about all October long was flexibility, having guys that you can plug in different places on different days. So I know the Yankees look at Bellinger and say, listen, he's our answer there. Agreed. Right. He can be an answer there. The issue is he's going into his age 31 season, and your best player on your team turns 34 not even a month into that season, right? Your ace, right? Not by numbers. It might not be by numbers in 2026, but the guy you signed to be your ace and Garrett Cole also going into his age, I think 34, 35. Like, these guys are getting up there. Yeah. These guys are getting up there. So if you're going to sign another guy over the age of 30, 31, 7 years is, I mean, you want to be playing Cody out there till he's 38 years old. And this is again, I'm not discounting 2025. And I'm not saying that I'm certain he can't repeat 2025 in 2026. No. I'm talking about over the life of a 7-year deal. How many times does he repeat 2025? I think that's the question you have to ask yourself. And
I'll come out and say it maybe once.
And you see,
I'm going that low, maybe once.
See what I mean?
That's how I feel about it.
I feel like
and I like him.
No, of course. I feel like over the course of a 7-year deal, I'll give him this. 2.5. I'll give him
Fair.
2.5.
And that's still not good enough.
Here, and that's the point.
Right? It's still not good enough.
And that's the point. Even if he did that, though, does that justify 7 years at that?
Hell no. And I think Bleacher Report's wrong, by the way. I don't think the Yankees would do 7 years.
Listen,
I pray they wouldn't even consider. I've said it before.
None of these
somebody
guys
said, if somebody said they signed Cody Bellinger to 4 years, I'd sit here right now and say, cool.
Great deal.
Great deal.
If
I'm okay with that.
If they found a way to do that, if they found a way to get him at 4 years, Pete,
be insane.
Bro, my hat is off because
me too. I'm right there with you.
They would have to pull 17 rabbits out of a hat to get him to sign 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. I highly doubt it. The guy is a well-liked player. He's good defensively. He's a good guy in the clubhouse. Had a great year with the Yankees of all teams. Yeah, I highly, highly doubt he doesn't get more than, I think he gets 6+ from somebody. 6 guaranteed is what I would say, bare minimum. Maybe 5. Maybe 5.
Are you opposed to him getting a higher AAV if it means the lower years?
Yes. It's the Yankees we're talking. We talk about this a lot. It's the Yankees. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're able to get Cody back and he could play left field full time, you figure out center field at that point. Or, you got him also that could help out at first base. I'd have no problem at all. No problem at all with him doing that. So, and I do want to address Ollie. I want to address Ollie real quick. Why are you guys making it sound like 30-something is old? In baseball, it is. I'm sorry to let you know. In baseball, you're getting out. You're in your prime. But if you sign somebody 7 years, you're paying him for being out of his prime. The majority of players.
Brother.
The majority of players don't get better at 30, 33, 34, 35, 36. Not everybody's an Aaron Judge. So nobody's knocking and saying, oh my God, 30's old. I would never sign somebody in their 30s. You don't want to give a guy that's 31 a 7-year deal. It just doesn't make sense.
But it's also Cody Bellinger.
Correct. We're not talking about a Judge.
We can't forget.
Or a Soto.
Yeah. But bro, we're not like we can't be silly here. Like, we can't forget the guy's history. We can't forget the guy's track record. This is a guy who had horrible seasons in his 20s.
Yes, correct.
All right, this is a guy that got cut from the Dodgers. Okay, let's not forget. Okay, yeah, MVP. Clap it up. Amazing season. That was an amazing season. What happened after that, guys? What happened after
like two something? And that's Scott Wright. To shout out Scott Wright, he's brought that up a lot. He said there's been a lack of consistency throughout his career. You can argue his last 3 years have been a little more consistent, but it's not to the value of saying let's lock this dude in for 6 years, 7 years. To me, there's not value there to do that. So for me, that's 100% a pass on that. I do want to get into the A-Rod comments so we can kind of move that over there. But I got to get to some voicemails. You guys have loaded us up today. I don't think I'm going to get to every single voicemail, but I'm going to try my damn best, all right? I am going to try my best because I'm looking right now at about like 20, 25 plus voicemails. So you guys love the damn it. Let's keep it going.
Smash those likes, man.
Smash those likes. Let's get to it. Here we
Mama
go.
Manetti's right.
Pete, Fast Eddie here. Just want a quick trim for you. Just wanted to say, it's a little early for me. I just wanted to say, not about baseball, but I wanted to thank you once again for the great season you put together. And
of course,
now
brother.
that it's over, I just wanted to thank you for it. You do a great job for us every year, and we all appreciate it. And especially the people who work behind the scenes with you too. Everybody's just really great. And, Felice and I am working so hard to get back into the group, man. We've been going through some stuff which,
understand.
I don't really like to talk about, but it's been really heavy since March. And we're trying, man. We want to come back. We want to come in April and join you guys for the game. And, that's all I kind of wanted to say. Just thanks again for just being there for everybody in the group. And, I don't want to trade Dominguez or Heel, and that's all I'm going to say about baseball right now. All right, buddy, you take care. Bye.
All right, Fast Eddie starting us off with a beautiful message, by the way. And look, man, blessings, prayers out to you and Felice. I know a little bit about the situation, so definitely prayers out to you guys. And Fast Eddie, I hope we get a chance to see you and Felice this year at the stadium. I certainly understand that if we don't, I get it. I understand it, but we hope to definitely see you guys again at some point, this year. So appreciate the voicemail. Oh shit.
You king in the house. How you doing?
Hey.
Yeah.
Donnie baseball with the Blue Jays, and I bet the entire budget deficit that it's because of the disrespect those low-life Blue Jays and their fans showered on the Yankees. But in New York has to get immediately to the boiling point. And he said, fuck you, Toronto, and left Canada in disgust. Dig it. And I say that with all due respect to everyday Scott right in the trailer park boys, yeah, who I like. But the rest of them can get elbow dropped like Ronnie Garvin in Memphis, yeah. When it's dealing with the integrity of the Macho Man, and nobody talks about Popo business except Popo, Skippy, yeah. And now the New York Yankees should bring back Donnie Baseball to coach, and he has a trash can. It's called Do the Right Thing, dig it! Because the Macho King know what he speaks, got a mind and magnitude of a trillion-foot reach. Listen as I teach, I'm undeniable, corn rise, cause Mach is all reliable, yeah. Dude, I got an attitude, don't want no problems. When suckers step up, I drop him and rob him. I'll fight your head like Bruce Lee, Macho King of the Yankees, the one and only, yeah. Spin that ass bars, I'm macho on my verses with an intellectual style and a sprinkle and some curses. It can only get worse if you don't accept the groove. Just sit back and relax and watch the men why you, yeah. And to all my macho maniacs and macho mamas, stay macho. Oh yeah. Fuck out.
Man, I tell you what, man, my man drops lyrics. He easily could have been a member of Wu-Tang Clan.
I mean,
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Got snubbed by the Grammys, but listen, man, we know what's up. We know
there's no doubt about it, though. We got to get in contact with a few of those guys and get Mach on the track. That would be unbelievable. That would be absolutely unbelievable. Let's get to the Alex Rodriguez conversation with Michael K, because
nice.
This is no doubt about it going to lead to a lot of conversation and a lot of what we know already just coming true. And hearing it from A-Rod, I think is just, it's good. It's good to hear from Alex. So let's take a listen to A-Rod on the Michael K show talking about the differences between the Yankees and the Dodgers. Let's take a listen.
Part of Fox's coverage of the World Series. I loved it. I mean, it was such a great World Series. And before we get into some specifics on the World Series, a lot of people that are listening right now are Yankee fans, and you follow the Yankees very closely. How far away do you think the Yankees are from the Dodgers, from the Blue Jays?
Yeah, I mean, I heard your piece yesterday with Mike Lupica, and Michael was exactly accurate when he said the Dodgers just don't beat themselves. They don't make mental mistakes. They make very few physical mistakes, but they remind me of the late 90s New York Yankees. I mean, they got outplayed in every category, and somehow the LA Dodgers are world champions again. Mm-hmm. And that's a trick from the old school Yankees. But what do they do well? They do so much well. And I think the gap, even though I've heard you say, Michael, that 94 wins for the Jays, 94 for the Yankees, I think that's one of the most misleading stats you can read, because the gap is quite far. And, what the Yankees lack is continuity. If you look at the Dodgers, you look at Freddie, Mookie, Will Smith, Muncy, Kike Hernandez, Clayton Kershaw. They've been there for 5, 6, 7 years together now. And if you look at our team, what the Yankees, I believe, need to do, and look, there's no bigger fan than me, so I'm a Yankee boy, but I wish I could say all great things. I think Jeter, I wish that Jeter and I, during the Fox series, we could cover nothing but, great things about the Yankees, but the truth is there's some things that are lacking, and continuity is one of them. In 2004, we had the heartbreak with the Red Sox. It took a full 5 years to come back and win in 2009. But in 2009, we still had exactly the same core. If you look at a guy like Aaron Judge, who's entering at age 34, there's concerns that the window's closing on one of the great all-time players. But in the last 3 years alone, Aaron Judge has had 39 different leadoff hitters and 45 cleanup hitters. I had one leadoff hitter, and I had basically one or two cleanup hitters. So one leadoff, which was either a combination of Damon and Jeter, and I had Matsui pretty much my entire career behind me. In the last 5, I had Teixeira. So it was the epitome of continuity that we had created there. And the last 27 championships, the 27 championships with the Yankees, the one thing they've had is continuity. There's probably Aaron Judge is the only starter, if you go back 5 years in the roster. That is remarkable, and is that anti-Yankee way. I just hope and I believe that Cashman and company will get it right.
Francis, that is about as damning gets. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that. Like, when I listened to this and you sent it to me and I said, all right, let me listen in pregame before the show and all that. And I heard that point. I was like, oh my God, this proves us right again. Because every year we talk about roster construction. What do we say? Keep it to what old school baseball was. At least your 1 through 6 should be the same. Bare minimum, your bottom of the order shifts a bit. I get it. 1 through 6 should really stay the same. You should know who your leadoff hitter is. You should know your number 2, your number 3, your number 4, your number 5. If some of the other stuff changes, fine. But that is such a brilliant point, and I want to shout you out again. Because back in, correct me if I'm wrong, August or July of last year, we sat down with Jordan the Barber for NYU, our very first episode of NYU On Site. And we sat there and we said, hey, Francis said this. Here's the other reason you sign a Soto. And this could be any player, not just Soto. Well, at that stature. Him and Judge can make you win a World Series every year. They can get you to that promised land because you know who your 2 and 3 hitter is every single year going forward. Yep. You know it. You pencil it in. Just get them a leadoff hitter. Just get somebody behind Judge. And you got a constant winning team every season. Guess what the Dodgers get to say next year? I know what my 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 is. We know it.
They do. They do. And this is why he made that reference to them. He said they pulled the trick out of the Yankees dynasties book where they weren't the best team. They weren't the best team. If you look at the World Series, they weren't the better team. I'm sorry, I know I'm speaking out of. They weren't. It's not that they weren't the better team. They weren't the team that played better. They were
definitely
outplayed.
not. They got
those 7 games against the Blue Jays. They did not play the better brand of baseball, and yet when it was all said and done, they were the last team standing on the field holding the trophy. And a lot of that has to do with continuity. A lot of that has to do with guys knowing each other, being with each other, not just for 1 year. It's very hard. Any player will tell you it's very hard to show up in 1 year and freaking go and figure out everything just 1 year like that on the fly. It very rarely happens. I mean, can someone point me to the team that did that just 1 year they just did it, and that group of guys, like 2 or 3 of those guys were like brand new, they're everyday guys? Like, it just doesn't happen. Continuity is important. It's important. It's paramount. Why? Because that's how plays like the Andy Pages plays in the outfield. That's how plays like that happen. Because Pages and Kike have a rapport, okay? That wasn't year 1 of Pages in center field. That wasn't year 1 of Kike being out there with him. They knew, okay? So he knew, listen, I'm going to have to run him over here, but that's not going to be a problem because we know each other. You know what I'm saying? We know each other. We know how this is going to go. All right? There is many times, right? Even the play at the plate, that was bang, bang, because IKF didn't take a secondary lead or whatever. The reason that the play was so close is because the throw wasn't rushed. But why wasn't the throw rushed? Confidence, continuity. I've been here before. I've done this before. I have time. I make a good throw. Will's going to, Will took his foot off, got his foot back. Again, these are things that happen with reps and reps together. It matters, all right? When you list the numbers of the different players that Aaron Judge has had hitting before him and behind him, it's crazy. And I think the most damning point that I think A-Rod didn't mention there because he didn't want to completely bury Cashman was the lack of continuity with the amount of money being spent year in and year out.
Bingo.
Is crazy.
Bingo.
You're
great. Where's your and it defies the Yankees' logic of a process. So your process is rinse and recycle. So there's no really. A lot of people say we're gonna run it back. Well, we don't run it back necessarily. And a lot of people have, well, they're just going to run it back the same team they had previous years and just run it back. Well, the problem is they do change a lot of these pieces up and they can't make their mind up. I got a post on Instagram that's done really, really well because I think people found it funny, but it was being truthful too at the same time. I was talking about the Aaron Boone stuff, and when he talked about how, that at least analytical team and blah, blah, blah. And I said, it's not about the analytics anymore. We got to stop this idea because analytics is everywhere. They're going to keep using analytics. It depends on how it's utilized.
Everybody.
Problem is, the Yankees have no fucking idea what they're doing. No idea what they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing. This idea of a process is in place is bullshit. Whatever process they're using, it's wrong. And we've mentioned this. It's a losing process. We've mentioned this for years here when Brian Cashman said, wins and losses do not determine if somebody keeps their job if they're following the process. But again, the goal is, what is the outcome of this process? It can't be winning because it hasn't happened. So what is this process? And then you got A-Rod, who, by the way, I love how he clowns on. He goes, hey, a lot of these kids I go to these stadiums and I'm going to the stadium where everybody says, I don't know ball. The guy's one of the most brilliant minds in baseball, in the planet. A-Rod is the first person I would say, you want to talk baseball with somebody and sit down and have a long conversation. Who would it be? Alex Rodriguez. There's no doubt in my mind. Above anybody. Above the other guys on Fox, including the captain. Yep. I would want to talk baseball with Alex Rodriguez. That is the guy I'd want to talk baseball with. That's simple. A-Rod's mind is brilliant when it comes to the game of baseball. It's hard to question things that he says. These numbers, I didn't know. I wasn't fully aware of it, but he's so right. We talked about this a lot too, Francis, right? Is you got these guys coming to the ballpark and they don't even know what's going on. You mentioned this point a lot. Jazz Chisholm had 30 homers and 40 RBIs. He didn't even know if he was playing in game 1 of a wild card because a lefty was on the mound.
Crazy.
Think about this. A lefty was on the mound. So you don't play one of your best players on the team this year? You don't play him. This is the major issue with this club is you keep a core consistent. You guys decided that Volpe's the guy you're going to go with to stay consistent. It's wrong. You missed on Soto. You missed on everybody else to pair with Judge. It has been wrong. The process is wrong. You got to adjust. And they refuse to do it by making Band-Aid moves. They settle for plan B, C's, and D's, falters, and they wonder why. The Dodgers don't settle. They get better. Somebody said it this year. I think it might have been Ken Rosenthal, I believe. He said he expected Dodgers to go out and add a lot.
I mean, it's the Dodgers, and what is their track record, brother? What have we seen the last 5 years? What have we seen? They don't
since 2017, 3 chips, I believe it's now, and 6 appearances.
Bro, they don't take their foot off the gas. They're looking at this team. Look, Shohei Ohtani said it at the victory parade. He said, I'm already thinking about the next one. This is why he went to the Dodgers. This is why Freddie Freeman left Atlanta and went to the Dodgers when Atlanta snubbed him. This is why right here, because these guys want to win.
Yep.
You want to see a process that works? Look at the Los Angeles Dodgers, okay? Now, you want to know the worst part of it? You want to know the worst part of that whole thing? Where'd they get that process from?
The Yankees.
That's, to me, that is the most laughable thing in the world.
They become the Yankees. They took our model.
You can say whatever you want about the analytics, right? But you made a great point earlier, bro. That's not it anymore. Everybody's doing it. All 30 teams are looking at analytics and implementing analytics and are data driven. Okay. There might be teams that are a little more, a little bit less, but there's not one team in the league today that's going to go out there and say, no, we don't believe in analytics. We don't believe in all that extra data. We just let our guys go out there and swing it, man. That's what we do. Nobody's doing that. Okay. You can't blame that anymore. It's a part of the game. It's baked in now with the sport. Okay. So we're not sitting here on a soapbox saying, get rid of analytics, get rid of it. We're not saying, yeah, we want to get rid of our nerds because we want new nerds brought in. You understand? Yeah. Like, I want different nerds. The only continuity that the Yankees have had in the last decade has been leadership, has been has been organizational. That's the only continuity. Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone,
Yeah.
Michael Fishman. That's the only continuity. Everything else, year to year, player-wise, personnel-wise, even in the minor leagues, everything's moving constantly. Constantly moving this guy here, moving this guy there, plugging this guy here, plugging. It's like, but on the field, the product on the field, year to year, it's different. You just never know what the heck they're going to look like. And it's hilarious because, dude, I'm looking at the Dodgers, and yes, I expect them to add, but the core, the reason why they win is still going to be there in 2026.
That's right.
It's still going to be there in 2027.
That's
and
right.
look, one of the best moves of the World Series, right, is a move that Dave Roberts admittedly, stated. He admitted this wasn't even purely analytical or anything like that. I went with my gut there. Letting Rojas hit before Ohtani.
That's right.
A lot of people question that
Bro,
afterwards.
I questioned it when it was live.
Yeah.
I was like, I
looked that.
Bro, I looked right over him. I was like, well, there'll probably be a pinch hitter there, and then Ohtani would batting third, and that's the guy I'm looking at. And Rojas was like, I'm gonna be the one. And again, it reminds you so much of the dynasty years of the Yankees, where it wasn't the main guys in the postseason getting the major hit. It wasn't; those were not the heroes. Exactly. And it's again, man, it's always just kind of funny to me because Miguel Rojas was the one that Jazz was beefing with, and
he's a champion,
a World Series champion.
He's a world. And, listen, I look at the Dodgers now, and
he didn't have to talk much.
And to be real, man, when when Kay asked that question, well, how big is that gap? I think, listen, Alex Rodriguez, one thing he has, man, he's a very polished orator. He's a great communicator. The Yankees pride themselves on communication. I don't know that they have one person in that building that can communicate as efficiently as Alex Rodriguez does.
Not even close.
That's shameful. That is shameful to me because Alex Rodriguez is literally out there. All right. He's wheeling and dealing. He's trying to make deals. He's a businessman. And he's stated time and time again, I'm Yankee boy. I'm a Yankees fan. I mean, how much clearer do you need it? How much better can he spell it out for you? I'm willing to help is what he's saying. You need help. I'm right here. You don't want to listen, though. When I speak, you come out and say, yeah, I don't know why they said those things. I know sometimes when guys are live, they have to say certain things. You know what A-Rod did on the Michael K show? He said, no, I'm okay. You said, oh, because we were live on TV, I might have. Okay, no. Now I'm going to double down. I'm going to double down, and I'm going to give you the numbers behind why I said what I said, that this was a badly constructed team. And don't give me the bull crap about, a couple days earlier, he was picking us to win the World Series. Sure he was, because he prefaced it by saying that he's Yankee boy. We to win the World Series.
I was about to say, and somebody actually, there was a guy yesterday, I'm going to actually shout him out, which is kind of funny. I'll put him, I'm not putting him on blast, but I think it's comical. He said, Pete, I'm so happy you've returned to reality because I thought we lost you because you were sitting there cheering on the Yankees to win the World Series.
Oh, how dare
you.
I
just thought we lost you, Pete. And I'm like, did anybody listen to what I said then? I said, every year I pick the Yankees to lose. You know what? I'm going to put all my chips in this year. To hell with it. I'm going to say the Yankees are going to win the damn World Series. I don't know if that's the biggest cheerleader for the Yankees of all time. I said, the American League's not that great. You know what? I'm going all in with the team that I call every damn game for. I'm going to finally say they're going to do it. They're going to do it this year. So I'm happy. By the way, guys, I'm happy I am back. I am finally sane again, folks. I'm finally back, ladies and gentlemen.
You've returned to reality. Look,
I have returned to reality, damn it.
My brother's in the chat. He makes a good point. He's another thing, right? You talk about these Yankees. They'll jumble up the lineup every single day, but early in the year, when Devin Williams was imploding every other day, and you were on game season saying, remove this guy, get him out of there, get him out. Did they remove him way earlier than we expected them to because it's the Yankees? Yeah. Yes. Was it still too late? Yes.
And again,
it's the Yankees.
It's also too because the manager said, I just wish I had a little more courage.
Which again, you see, and I'm glad, right? Because I'm saying I heard that point, and I'm talking with you about it. I'm like, we both know exactly who he's talking about. We both
100%. And can I ask you a question? Because you watched it. Yeah. I'm assuming, right? I didn't watch it. I didn't see it, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
How did he answer that? Like, was there something left out that maybe it wasn't as bad as it sounds? Or did he simply just say, look, I wish I had more courage to go ahead and make some of these changes early on in the season?
The only reason that it probably didn't come across as bad is because of the way that they responded to it. Had it been you and I sitting on either side of him, the answer would have had to stop right there. Would have been, hold on, Eric, what do you mean by that?
I
What
would
do
have told him to
you mean-
elaborate. Yeah, I
what
would have
do
said,
you
please
mean
elaborate on
by,
that.
I wish I had more courage to, go with my gut and some of explain that. Because Aaron, the reason we're stopping you there is because that's kind of the biggest knock on you, Aaron. Why not
100%.
expound on that? They just let it go and completely move.
No,
which,
see, I never would have.
No.
To me, that was a golden opportunity because you can go even further depending on where the conversation goes. If people are going to say, "Well, that's insulting," and no, it's not. You could simply sit
He
there and
said it.
say, "Isn't that a major negative then of you being a manager of the New York Yankees?" That's something you would think a Yankee manager really needs to have is courage
it
to
came
make
out of his
change.
mouth. How that's my thing is that would it be disrespect? You said it about yourself. So all we're asking for is for you to expound on that because listen, I heard it the exact same way you heard it. And then the funny thing is I was thinking about the exact same player that you were thinking about and we didn't watch it together. We did whatever. No, bro, it was clear to me that that point was in regard to Devin Williams because he's like, well, and I get it. I'm not sitting here, being completely, clueless here. It's Devin Williams, a proven closer with a proven track record, one of the best closers in baseball. Your team went out, right? The organization went out in the offseason prior and went and acquired this guy, sent a prospect over that a couple people in the organization really, really, really liked, and then also sent a player over in Nestor Cortez, who a lot of the players on your MLB team really, really liked.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a big deal. It wasn't a small, peripheral. No, this was a huge deal.
Yeah.
It does take balls to
Yeah.
say, you know what, this guy doesn't have it, and I get it. I know his name, I know his accolades, but he doesn't have it right now. I ain't going to him. I'm not going to him. Look, it's early in the season, but you know what? This guy, Fernando Cruz, looks better. Hey, you're coming out in the ninth. I'm calling the bullpen and say, hey, get Nando Warman. Nando, don't you mean
Facts.
Devin? No, I said Nando. I said
Facts.
Nando. Go Nando.
Facts.
I'm not negating that. That doesn't take courage. That doesn't take bravery. That doesn't take balls. I agree with him that it takes that. The question is, my brother, why? Why not then? Why not? What are you afraid of?
And do you know what the scariest thing is, Francis, about that whole comment? This is not year one.
That's it.
So now you told
wondering-
us, hold on a second. You were hired in 2018. You're telling us in 2025 you wish you had more courage? Now I'm even more concerned because you're literally telling us they made the wrong decision. All those years, you can't have a manager who goes, I wish I had more courage, man. I mean, God, you said it to the right people. I'll tell you that much.
No, he
Like,
did.
I got to be honest. You said it in the right situation and to the right people because anybody who truly loves this team and cares about this team is going to sit there and go, well, Aaron, I gotta have you elaborate on this because Yankee fans are going to hear this and they're going to be very concerned because you're the manager of the Yankees. And you just said you've been here since 2018 and you're saying you wish you had more courage. That's something a Yankee manager needs to have. Elaborate a little bit on that. Like, I want to give you that opportunity.
I mean, it's interesting because that answer was also given in the same breath as him, or literally, it might not have been the same exact answer. It might have been a couple answers after when he was asked, okay, well, is there one moment this postseason where you look back and say, if I go a different route there, things are different or things like that. And his answer there was, no, there wasn't a moment in the playoffs that I look at and say, yeah, that was the moment. Here was the moment. And here's maybe to some people's surprise, I don't necessarily disagree with that too heavily. There's not a moment this particular October that I look at and say, that was damning. That was damning. That was it. From that moment on, you could just tell, whatever like that. Are there things that I definitely did not like? Of course, we've spoken about it here. I hated them sitting Jazz in game one in the wild card. There was a situation where we were down against the Blue Jays, but the game was far from over. They went to Will Warren. I didn't like that move either. There's a couple moves like that, right? But like a move that to me, it's like, no. Like that was the game, right? Like when he waved the white flag in 22 or whatever. No. I agree. Maybe there wasn't that move there. But when he started talking about the regular season and he got to that point of maybe, I wish I had the courage to, maybe go to some different guys earlier, give some guys a chance that I believed in, versus kind of what we were planning to do or whatever. It's like, that's where I'm like, well, Boone, that just so happens to be the biggest knock on your tenure as the manager of the New York Yankees. That just so happens to be people's biggest argument against you. That just so happens to be our biggest complaint about you being the manager of the Yankees. And you are literally sitting here on air. I'm not going to say live because it was pre-recorded, but you're literally sitting here on air admitting to having those doubts, having those, and we are asking, on one side of me, it showed me that the Aaron Boone that I believed was in there is actually in there. The baseball guy that he says he is actually does exist. Because if he can sit there and say, I do wish I had the, that means that he's seeing what Pete Simonetti's seeing, what Francis Lee's seeing, what a lot of fans are seeing in those moments where it's like, you know what, there's this other guy there though. And this guy might be better right now for this matchup, for this time in the game. He's seeing it. So clap it up. Congratulations. He's not completely lost, right? He's not completely gone.
Yeah.
The issue is he's not executing it.
Yep.
So what good is seeing it if you don't do anything about it?
Agreed. That's all there is to it. Unbelievable. But, at the end of the day, we got a saying here. It happens.
It happens.
It happens. It happens. Guys, I do got to, of course, continue to do a quick plug. NYY Underground is back up and running, baby.
Look at that.
Yeah, because we're taking over, damn it. That's what that's symbolism right there, folks. That means we are taking over. We do got some sold out items. They are going quick, but they are available. And I got to be honest, man, I got to pinpoint this baby right here. Because if you don't have this is the original. This is the first. This is the first. The NYY Underground established 22 vintage black tea. How do you not have this? Limited quantities are available, folks. Go and get it. And like I said, got some hats still available. They're on the way. And I do want to share this one more time. The about section. Man, oh man, that's Francis' design, by the way. That logo right there that you're seeing is Francis' design. But I do want to read this message out loud yet again to this community. I'm going to do this a couple of times because I want you guys to know what NYYU is all about. To our community, whether it's a live event at Yankee Stadium, a charity gathering in the Bronx, or a standard video on YouTube like you're watching right now, we will always strive to create the optimal environment for you to connect with fellow fans and celebrate the team we all cherish. You remain our top priority at all times, and we thank you sincerely. And the reason I bring that up is because a lot of people out there like to say, this is for fans, by fans, blah, 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 blah. But we live it. And we make sure you guys understand that each and every single day that we live our mottos here. Real talk for the real fan. Join the movement for the you. We live that day in and day out. And our new studio coming, that's going to be a big part of living that out and doing the things that we do day in and day out here at NYYU. Let's get to your voicemails. We'll keep it going.
Yo, Pete, what up? It's Chandler.
Yo, what's up,
How
brother?
you been, man? I'm mainly calling in to just see what's going on. I don't know if Francis gonna be there, but
There he is.
what's going on, man? It's time for for Murakami to be watched so he could go out west and we could not get another guy. I mean, I don't really have faith in us landing these guys because they all really look like they want to go out west. But he's really the only one that did say that more emphatically about his interest in the Yankees, but we could see. I hope so. I mean, we need a damn third baseman that could hit a little damn bit, you know? Because McMahon's glove is crazy, but his bat is not crazy. So let's see what's going on. Free agency, maybe Kyle Tucker, Murakami. That's a great little free agency right there. Or Bo Bichette, Murakami, change that infield. We'll see. All right, Pete.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And yeah, I'm Chandler called in a little earlier, so you probably didn't know about the defense of Murakami. But yeah, it's the defense is bad. Third base, I don't know. We want to see it. Rod Thompson, my brother. Can the Yankees please not create a team made up of platoon and split guys? Get the players you need and please address all concerns now and not wait during the middle of the season. Oh, man, Ra, I forgot that point. And I got to bring it up real quick to talk about that because Boone did also mention about smart platooning and blah, blah, blah. Smart platooning, Aaron, is not sitting down Jazz because the lefty's on the mound.
That's called dumb platooning.
That's called dumbass platooning. So I'm hopeful that maybe you make that change. Also, not sitting and remember, there was pushback after game one. We said, why are Ben Rice and Jazz not in the lineup? Because the lefties on. This is the playoffs. This is the time to bear down. Go with your best. If you're gonna lose, go down with your best team.
Ben Rice, I mean, there's people you can fall on either side of it, but Ben Rice to me is as egregious, if not more, because of the hotness of Ben Rice coming into. So again,
no doubt about it. Let's keep it going, guys. Thank you, Chandler. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh shit!
How you doing? It's Joey from the Bronx.
How you doing?
How you guys doing? I just called in to remind everybody that the Dodgers are teaching the Yankees another lesson after another chip that they've won.
Shit.
The manager of the Dodgers came out in an interview and said that, it's all about gut feeling. It's all about knowing your players, especially at the postseason. All the fucking analytical shit goes out the window. Now, they taught us a lesson before last year when they won the chip. And, the Yankees don't seem to take this to heart. Boone is out there saying, hey, we're not into analytics any more than the other teams and all that crap. And this is the problem when there's no accountability.
Pillow talk.
When you haven't won a chip for 16 straight fucking years and you're still in denial, you won't change course, you won't learn your lesson. And it's not me saying this. It's not any other kind of fan out there saying this. It's the Dodgers saying this, and you still won't budge. There's a problem. And you don't win a chip for 16 years, and there's no accountability. So why would you take it to heart? Why would you change course? You keep doubling down and tripling down on a losing proposition because your job is secure. You're not going to lose. You know why? Because the so-called boss is still in Simon's basement. He's not holding the regime accountable. So why the fuck would they change? And that's the problem. That's been the problem. And we'll keep going over it like a broken record. But there you have it. Anyway, take it easy. Bye.
Joey, spot on as always, man. One of the most spot on callers you will find at NYYU. Very blunt and to the point. My man just lets you have it. That's all there is to it. That's what we do here at the U. Real talk for the real fan. You guys already know. Let's keep it going.
Buenos dias. You know me
shit.
as Big Papi Chulo numero uno NYYU. Know what up,
All
so
right.
Pete?
Yo.
What's up, Francis? If
All
you're
pro.
there. Good morning, everybody. What's up, chat? Uncle Dom. Macho, what up, though, guys? Damn, Pete. What's up with our Yankees, man? And where the fuck is Hal? Stupid ass. Why is he hiding? Is he still stuck in the damn bathroom? What the hell? Pete, come on, man. Give me some good news. I'm just waiting, like, every day now for you to just shoot me with an alert. Just bam on my phone. Be like, what? We got who? Shut the front door. Can't wait for that fucking news. So who we getting, Pete? Who do we want?
I don't know, brother.
I'm going
Trent
with you this
Grisham.
time because every time I pick a
Trent
guy, we
Grisham.
never get shit. I would love Tucker, though, but it's not going to happen. I feel like I'm going to cry at the end of this bullshit. All right, Pete. Well, you have a good Friday.
Thank you, brother.
Everybody in the chat. Jira, I hope you're doing well. I hope Baby Seminati's healthy and strong. It's any day now. Can't wait. Love you guys. Love you, Pete. Keep doing
Thank
your
you,
shit.
man.
I'm out. All pro.
You the man, all pro. Thank you. And like we said, man, we're going to be here to cover for you guys. So you don't got to worry about that one bit. We got it covered for you. I'm going to play 2 more voicemails, guys, and we're going to wrap up.
Hey, guys. I guess commenting on the Murakami and that other Japanese player as well. Obviously the thing that worries me is that really, really high strikeout rate. I mean, listen, the power is undeniable. I think he probably runs into 30 easily. Could be a
No doubt about
40, a year home run hitter.
it. Definitely.
He's young. I think he's a few years younger than the other guy. So maybe he's able to cut that down over time. But and I think he's actually said that he wants that he actually prefers the Yankees. So I don't know. The strikeout thing does bother me a little bit, but maybe him being so young, I think that maybe plays a factor into it. But that other guy, the other guy kind of has it all, right? I don't know if his defense is great, but I think I've heard it's good, and he's got the contact bat, and he's able to hit the home run. So it's going to be interesting, and I think he's also more versatile, right? We're playing a little bit of outfield at first and third, so. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to go about this, especially with Ben Rice, but it'll be interesting to see. Take care.
Man, great voicemail. Really good voicemail. Thank you so much for calling in and dropping that voicemail. Just a really quick thing to kind of touch on what you said there. Murakami, horrible defensively. The other Japanese player you're talking about is Akamoto, a very good defender, 2 Gold Gloves at third base in Japan, 1 Gold Glove at first base. Has played a little bit of the corner outfields also, but really more high contact. A lot of people project, they say they believe that there's potential there to be a 30-plus home run bat in the major league level. Now, if he just did 20-plus, I think when played very good defense, I think everybody would be over the top excited. But he's a guy that's going to get a lot of looks. I got a friend that follows the Mariners very closely, and he believes he's going to be a Mariner. He's like, I think he's locked in at third base. They right there in the same market on the West Coast. What you said about Murakami is just flipped. Murakami said he prefers the West Coast, but he's intrigued by the Yankees. So I just want to flip that around there for you on that one. And the Japanese pitcher that just a lot of the other Japanese players, Akamoto has not been posted yet. Imai has not been posted yet either. I am a huge fan of Imai, and I think he should be one of the Yankees' main targets. I know it's another starting pitcher, but again, 27 years young. Guy is electric, phenomenal stuff. I think that's a great way for the Yankees to enter back into the Japan market. And he's the guy I would really, really like to see them go after. And then kind of build your team. Everybody knows what I've said already. I said Bichette, Imai would be my 1s and 2s. Highly doubt Bichette's the option, but we'll see. Let's get to one more voicemail. We're going to wrap up, but amazing voicemail. Hope to hear you calling again.
Hey, Pete, Francis, Jira, Chat. How's everybody doing? William Henry here. Quick point. I think those NYYU caps are absolute fire, Pete. Great job. My request would be please don't sell any to Hal, Cashman, or Boone. Regarding Boone, it's hilarious that he's never won Manager of the Year. Closest he ever came was second. And now he's making comments that Yankees are one of the least analytical teams in baseball, which you know is a joke. So this manager, Boone, that the Yankees are so worried about losing, has never finished, again, gotten Manager of the Year. And have you ever heard the term smart and Boone in the same sentence? My other point is I wonder really if the Yankees should try and go ahead and trade Jazz Chisholm now while he has high value if they know they're not going to sign him to a long-term contract. My concern is they can't keep losing valued assets and get nothing back. Same thing happened with Gleyber Torres. He had a great year in 2023, not a good one 2024. They lost him and got really nothing for him. So anyway, Pete, thanks again. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, great voicemail, William Henry. All great voicemails across the board today, man. You guys were all spot on. And look, this is something that Francis has talked about a lot when it comes to Jazz. And the only pushback I ever have on it is what I've said about Brian Cashman earlier when it comes to Trent Grisham. It's his find. He made that trade when a lot of other teams weren't necessarily going to go gunning for Jazz Chisholm. And Jazz had a very good year for the Yankees. And to me, Brian Cashman's ego is far too big to say, you know what, maybe we've not considered to re-sign this guy. Let's go ahead and deal him. It's one of those deals where I would have to see it to go, wow, they actually did that. I can't buy the Yankees and Brian Cashman doing it. I just can't.
I agree with you. I'm right there with Cool Hand Will. I've been saying it for a few weeks now. I think the move with Jazz Chisholm is actually to trade him. I think the smart move would be to trade him, to upgrade around in different places and move off of him. You'd get great value for him right now. What
Definitely
Jazz Chisholm has been able to do for himself and his career with the Yankees can't be understated. I mean, when we traded for him coming out of Miami, there were a lot of people who looked very hardly down on that deal. They was like, this is not going to work. You're bringing this kid to New York. He's a clubhouse problem. His motor is not, always there. You don't know what version of him you're going to get. He seems like a me guy, and the numbers aren't all that. It might be, it might be that he's not even worth the headache. This is a bad deal. I heard that plenty of times when the trade was made. We were, I would say, I won't say minority, but it was about 50-50. We were on the side of excitement for Jazz Chisholm and what he could do with his tools, the speed, the athleticism. We were in the camp saying that this could work, and it actually did work. Now, you'd say, okay, if you're saying it did work, then why trade him? Well, because like Cool Hand Will brought up, there's 1 year left in that deal, and I don't see the Yankees re-signing him to a long-term deal. I just don't. I feel like he could repeat 2025, and they still might not re-sign him. Not because he's not worth it. I just don't think that they're going to try to shell out the money that he's eventually going to get. And I for sure don't think Jazz Chisholm is going to take anywhere near a discount to stay a Yankee. I think Jazz Chisholm is going to go out there and get his, because I think that Jazz Chisholm has other interests besides baseball. So I think for him, baseball is the conduit for me to make the, bulk of my money so that I can do the other things that I'm interested in life. Now, do I got a great thing going playing in New York? For sure I do. Could I also have this same great thing in other states in this country? Yes, I can. So if somebody comes offering me the money because they like my athleticism and what I bring to a team, and they want to sell jerseys at the end of the day, I think he's going to take that deal. And I think the Yankees are going to be like, hey man, well, sayonara. So again, do you want to let that valued asset walk for nothing when you can trade him at the highest value that he's ever going to have right now this winter, and save yourself from having to spend money on certain things? Because if you traded Jazz Chisholm and got back 2 bullpen arms that were like bona fide box office, I'm not talking about closers per se, but I'm talking about 2 really good setup. I mean, dude, now you're not spending money for that bullpen upgrade. You've upgraded it by trading away Jazz Chisholm, and it wouldn't be 2 bullpen arms, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you could upgrade there.
Pieces. You're just talking pieces that you can upgrade around. Yeah.
And now with second base open, what does that leave you open to do? Okay, fine. You want to run Anthony Volpe out there for another freaking year, even though we know what that's going to look like. Cool. But now second base is open. Go grab Boba and put him there. Okay. The drop off defense is going to be real. I'm not going to sit here and lie to people and say there won't be any drop off defensively. There will be drop off defensively. Bo Bichette is not a great defender. Offensively, though, has anybody thought about that? The fact that Bo Bichette might complement the Yankees' offense better than a guy like Jazz Chisholm does,
and 100% he would.
But Pete, that's a point that I don't know a lot of people think about it, because we spoke about before. 40 stolen bases, 30 home runs. I mean, what are you guys talking about? Well, Bo Bichette's a right-handed bat. Bo Bichette's a contact guy. Bo Bichette's a clutch guy. But like, dude, if it's not for the injuries, you said it how many times? He would have won a third batting title this year.
That's right.
So again, I'm just saying it's the smart move. Now, is
led the league in hits for the third time.
Yeah, exactly. Is it the Yankees move? I'd have to agree with my brother on that one. I don't see a snowball's chance in hell of that happening. I just
Definitely
don't.
not.
Because
Definitely not.
It was a successful Cashman move, and like Pete said, Cashman,
the ego.
He doesn't pull the eject on those.
He just doesn't seem to think team. He
even
thinks
when he can,
his ego.
You know what's funny?
100% he can, yeah.
Even when he can hit the eject, like we just saw with Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham is a free agent. He could have let him walk as an unrestricted free agent, and nobody would have batted an eye. Literally, no one. We would have said, hey, that was a great deal. Even him being a throw-in and getting what you got from him in 2025, hey, hats off to you, man. You didn't just get Soto. You got a guy who stood the extra year and did really well. But now we know he's probably a regression candidate. Letting him walk is probably the best thing. He could have let him walk. Nobody would have said nothing. But no, not Cashman. No. He gets the QO. He gets the QO.
That's right. That's right. And that's where it is, man. David Miser says, do you think a trade Jazz for Donovan straight up? I don't think the Cardinals would do that, to be honest, because then you got to pay Jazz money. I mean, Jazz, I think, would fit the Cardinals well, but I don't necessarily think they would do that straight up. Donovan is controlled for a few years to go, and then Jazz is just going to be a free agent.
It would be.
So that's an intriguing move, but I don't think they would have to do that. It would have to be Jazz plus, yeah.
Yeah, I think Jazz could be in a deal like that, but it would have to be Jazz plus, and the plus is one of the young arms.
Yep. Steve adds in, Pete, who are we playing on NYYU Day on April 18th? We are playing the Kansas City Royals is who the Yankees are playing that day. It's a 1:35 start time as it shows right now, but we got a lot of time to talk about that. Tickets will probably be available maybe more towards the end of this month, beginning of December at some point, but typically it's the end of November. But guys, this has been, do not sleep on them, because those tickets sell out very, very quick. But guys, this has been an amazing episode of All Rise. Like I said, man, a lot of big things happening behind the scenes. Founder members, you guys are getting a lot of the updates on what we have coming out. Just got our new Designated Spitters logo completed yesterday. Excited about it. It's absolute fire.
I can't wait for them to see it.
Just an update. This logo here, All Rise logo, will also get an update confirming that these two shows will indeed be back next season. DS and All Rise, of course. But with that being said, guys, peace out. You have a great rest of your day, damn it. And if there's any news that breaks, for a fact, we got you covered right here on NYYU. Peace out, baby. Until next time, catch you guys later. Peace.